everybody, and welcome to my channel. So my name is Tiffany, for those of you who don't know, and I'm sure there are a lot of you that don't. This is my very first video, so I am really excited. I'm really excited. I might be a little bit too much excited, so just forgive me. I'm also a little nervous, trying to shake these jitterbugs that's crawling all up on me, all up on my back and all of that. But I'm just gonna push through. I'm gonna give you guys the absolute best that I can give you. So anyway, it is so nice to meet all of you. Thank you for joining me and thank you for watching. And we are actually gonna jump out of the gate with an eyebrow tutorial, because that is what everybody that I know asks me for. They talk to me whenever people see me, whenever I do my makeup, everybody wants to know, what do I do to my brows? What do I use on my brows? Now I know, looking at me right now, y'all are like, girl, don't nobody ask you about your brows. But seriously, once I get them on now, you know, don't let this fool you. Don't let this fresh face fool you. Once I get them on there, you know, it's a whole new ball game. But I actually have really light eyebrows. I did not always. Funny story. Kind of went through my years in high school really not knowing how to dress, how to do my hair. So my senior year, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna show them. But really I showed myself, because I tried to do my eyebrows and I shaved them off. And so it's really just been a struggle getting them to grow back ever since. Ever since, you know, whatever. So anywho, that's really the reason why I am so well versed in the artistry of the brow game. It's because I really had no choice. It's like kind of like when your parents take you to the swimming pool and they just push you in, you gotta learn how to swim. Needless to say, that first year was rough. It was rough. When nobody asking me how I did my eyebrows, it was more so like, you okay? You seem angry. Are you okay? That was kind of it, because I was drawing like these really intense arches. So it was more so everybody like, girl, what's wrong with you? So, you know, to all my ladies out there, fellas too, some of you fellas be struggling with the eyebrows. You know, I know y'all talk trash about us filling in, but bruh, some of y'all should be filling in too. I mean, it's $1. It's $1 to go to the hair store and get a liner, is all I'm saying. For those of you who have thin eyebrows like me, you're not alone, sis. You're not alone. I'm out here with you. We are in this together, and that's why I am about to show you how to get those brows filled in. So that actually leads me into the tutorial. A lot of people ask me what I use, and the truth of the matter is I use a few different products. I am not monogamous when it comes to my cosmetics, honey. I like to shop around. You know, I flirt with a few different brands here and there. I'm just that kind of lady. I am a hussy when it comes to cosmetics. But when it comes to my brows, it really depends on the mood I'm in. So if I'm in a rush, I use a pencil just because it's quicker. I can draw them things on there and be ready to run out the door. Typically, that's what I do when I have to go to work, just because I don't have time to spend 30 minutes on my eyes, which is how long it takes if I like legit commit to it. Like if I'm going out or somewhere and I want a full face, sometimes it can take me up to 30 minutes to do my brows. I don't know about y'all, but that's how long it takes me. But I've also used pomade before, and I've used a gel. I've even used like a little brow kit, which is kind of like a powdery shadow type deal. I don't really like the brow kits. I just don't feel like they're strong enough for the vibe that I like. I like a deep, I like a more prominent brow. Like, I feel like when I use the shadow, it basically looks like a fuller version of what I have now. So it's really light. Sometimes those browns from those brow palettes just look ashy on me. By the time you rub them on and put, it's just a mess and it's ashy and I don't like it. I've tried it. I don't like it. Now, the pomade, I like to use when I'm going out at night, just because pomade, or if I'm going out in the sun, just because pomade is almost like a clay. You rub it on and then it dries onto your skin. So if you ever heard of Wonderbrow, it was a really popular brand that it's been out, and they always made the the little ads on Instagram and Facebook about you can rub on your eye and it won't come off. I didn't use them. I go to the hair store again and I get a really cheap version. It's by Magic. It's $2.99. But yeah, it looks just like it. It's in a little round case. It looks like a gel, but it's actually a pomade. It comes with an angled brush to help you draw it on and fill it in. And it's like $3.99 and it works the same. Like, I kid you not. Does not fade, does not come off. You can rub it, you can lick it, you can stick it, you can flip it. Your eyebrows ain't going nowhere. So don't be fooled. That's one thing I want to get across. Don't be fooled by all these cosmetic companies. There are some cheap brands that you can use that will get the job done. Okay, so I've been talking for 8 minutes and I haven't shown y'all how to do a brow, so let's just jump right in. So the first thing I'm going to use, this is a Kiss pencil. Yep, you guessed it, it's from the hair store. Those of you who frequent the hair store, you've heard of this brand before. You can't go wrong with Kiss. It's cheap. It'll get the job done. I wouldn't recommend any like face coverage things from Kiss, but a simple pencil, this will do. So the first thing I do when I do my brows is just start with the shape. So I actually like for my eyebrows to have a little curve to them. And my natural eyebrow does not really have that much of a curve, so I kind of have to make one. So I start with creating that shape. That's the first thing I do, is just go ahead and create the shape I want. So I will start a little bit below where my actual eyebrow is, which my natural hairs, if I lean in closer, you can see are about right here. I'll start a little bit lower. That way that helps me create that arch, and if you look to this side you can kind of see where it's uneven because it's straight right here and I just created that line. So then after I do that, I go in and I do the same thing on the top. So right now all I'm doing is just outlining the shape that I want. And again, I like to have a little curve to mine. If you like yours straight, you can do your line a little straighter. And then once you've got the general idea of the shape that you want, as you can see, that's how it looks right now. I'm just going to go back and fill in with that same pencil, just like we're coloring in school. I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. I'm sorry I forgot to tell y'all the color I'm using is called brunette. Typically I get dark brown, but I didn't want to get dark brown this time because my hair is lighter. I have light blonde hair, so my eyebrows need to be a little lighter to match my hair. Otherwise, I feel like it'll look too intense. And it really creates this very unnatural look when you have like blonde hair and like a dark black eyebrow. Like, you know, we know that it's fake. You know, we know that the wig is fake, and we know that we're filling in our brows, but we want it to look as natural as possible. So that's why I went with the lighter color. A dark brown I just felt like would have been too dark. So again, this color is brunette. So I fill in with the shade that I drew. And don't worry if you make a mistake. I will show you how to clean that up because I do have a few mistakes in here. But I just wanted to kind of show you how I do that. And then I don't fill in up here. Once I get to the top where my hairs are, I just kind of broad stroke it. And I follow the natural pattern of my hair. So like hairs up and down, I move the pencil up and down. Mine tend to slant in a little bit, so I'm slanting in with the lines of my hair. So that the brush strokes look natural, the pen strokes look natural. And then I take my spoolie and I kind of comb those hairs up so they're all up and at them and at attention. And then plus that helps to kind of blur out that line. Now I use my mirror. I go deeper in my mirror just to kind of fill in any holes I feel like that may be there. And get it nice and even as far as the coverage. And y'all can see Sorry, my mirror is making it a little dark, but you should be able to see it a little better now. So that's the shape that I have going on right now. So then I take another pencil straight from the hair store, another $1, $2.99. That's how much I spent. Just got your life together. So I take my black now. I just filled in with the brunette. Now I'm going to take this black and I'm going to start at the edge right here where the arch begins, and I'm going to fill it in. And I'm just going to color in the same way I did with the brown, but only on the ends. And I'm going to fill in the same exact shade. I'm sorry, it's going to get dark for a second. And you want to make sure you cover everything that you drew the first time. So y'all see I have a few flaws right here, but I'll show you how to clean that up with your concealer. But you want to define the line that you've created. The same lines that you drew, you kind of just want to go over them with your darker pencil. And you can use a light brown and a dark brown if that works for you, if you don't want to use black, or if you're fair skinned. You can use like a mauve color and then a dark brown, or just a brunette like I have. But you want to use a lighter color and a darker color. That darker color is kind of just to go in and fill in. You do the same thing with the black. And then I'll move this out of the way so you can see a little better. And I can bring you a little closer here. And I just kind of lightly fill that in. And I look for any areas that I feel like look a little empty or need to be filled in a little more. And I go from there. And then again, I go in with my spoolie and just kind of brush it out and make it look a little more natural. And I definitely like to get that in. Kind of rub my finger across it just to kind of, I don't like that blunt edge that some people do on their eyebrows. Now my arch is a little crazy right now. I went a little, I OD'd a little bit on my arch, but that's okay. We can fix it. So to fix that arch, I'm just gonna, I added in a little bit at the top there, as you can see, and then I'm gonna fill in. And then with my concealer, I'm gonna conceal a little bit off the bottom. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my concealer. The concealer, I do use an expensive brand, just because with concealer, I feel like it's important to make sure you have the coverage that you want. And you know, I mean, certain things, you can't always take the cheap version out, cheap way out, but you know, if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. So for my concealer, I actually use Lord, I don't know who Max is. I use MAC Studio Finish Concealer. This is NC 45. I do this every day, so that's why like she's gone. But again, that's MAC Studio Concealer, NC 45. If y'all ever want to donate, just telling you. Oh, and before I do this, my brush is broken, okay? Don't judge me. But we had this conversation. I broke my brush, but again, I'm cheap. So the wallet gods are not allowing me to buy another one because this still works, okay? She still works. She may be short and she may be stumpy, but she works, okay? So I'm going to go in with my concealer. I'm going to pull my mirror back in, and then I'm just going to define my lines just a little bit better. And that's really all you're doing when you go in with the concealer. You're just kind of cleaning up those lines, making them very crisp, making them very sharp. And I'm actually going to take a little bit off. So all you have to do, if you feel like you went a little overboard, like I think I did, all you have to do is you basically use your concealer as an eraser and a corrector. So I'm going to thin it up a little bit, and I'm just going to cover some of the area that I filled in or that I drew with concealer. So I'm going to push that line up a little bit. And you can see how I thinned that out. And then I'm just going to blend this in. I'm going to blend it down just because if you don't blend it down, it makes it harder to blend it into your skin, especially if you're not planning on wearing foundation. I plan on wearing foundation because after I finish doing my eyebrows, I am going to put some foundation on. But if you're not, then you want to choose a concealer that's a little closer to your skin tone. This one is a little lighter than me because I use it as a highlighter. But you can choose either or. And then I'm just going to use my finger to kind of blend that in. And I use my finger because the oils, I promise y'all, by my third video, I'm going to have it together. The oils help blend it down. It helps it kind of mold into your skin. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the top now. Now I'm going to clean up the top line. And then I'm going to blend it up. So now I'm going to do the same thing, but just kind of go upwards. And you see how that kind of helped it fade into my skin? It is still a little yellow, like I said. Mine is slightly lighter than my actual skin tone because I use it as a highlighter. But that's all she wrote, gang. So I'm going to clean up these lines just a little bit again. And that's it. That's how I do my brows. Please leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. I'm not going to do the other brow on camera just because I don't want to hold you any longer. I don't want to be before the church too long. But thank you all for joining me. Again, please leave me some comments, some criticisms. Let me know what you think. Do you like the arch? Do you not like it? Do you think it's too much? I'm going to insert a picture at the end with them both done so you can kind of see how it turned out. But tell me your tips and tricks, or ask me some questions. But let's talk, guys. Let's be friends. Let's be friends. I know I look crazy with one eyebrow, but that's the level of, you know, sacrifice that I'm willing to do for you, my viewers, my friends. That's what I'm willing to do. I'm not going out the house like this, but you get to see me like this, so it's the same. It's almost the same. So yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I will have some more videos coming soon. Yeah, so stay tuned. Till next time. Bye-bye.